I don't know. I've always been fascinated by postcards. I collected a bunch. I could show you the drawer just filled with them. I got 300 or 400 postcards sitting there waiting. Some antique postcards, and now I'm making my own. So they're kind of stuck there, I guess. I don't know. So there's just something about it, and as since between 2007, when did the World Wide Web come up? 1994. So this was just 7 years really into the web. And now we look at our lives. It's hard to imagine our lives without the World Wide Web. So the notion of postcards and writing it down and putting a stamp. I was going to say licking a stamp, but you don't have to lick them anymore.
Now,
so
yeah.
you glue it on and you address it, and you send it out there and hope it gets there. So it's a whole different kind of vibe than you hit send and somebody in Czechoslovakia has, or the Czech Republic has the message that you send.
Yeah, there's something just, I don't know, it sort of distills everything that I appreciate with poetry into one sort of act. I think the postcard poem, because it's my friend Eric Campbell has his book of poems, Arguments for Stillness, about the need for slowing life down and contemplating and living in the moment. And there's something about the slow process of that, the combination of slow and quick. It sort of slows what needs to be slowed and quickens what needs to be quickened, And so it's a really great concept. And I know a lot of people had fun, just judging by the, I think we had, if I remember right, 600 people submitted postcard poems. And everybody just said, especially the people who participated in your contest in particular, they really enjoyed just the process of it and the way that it dissects itself out of our regular lives, and that's sort of something that people really need these days, I think.
Well, and hence August being the perfect month for that, because were we to ever have a real just society, August would be a month that we'd pretty much be on vacation. I mean, firefighters and essential workers would have to be there, but for those of us who can get away or who can carve out that time, August is just perfect because it's the laziest month of the year. And what happens is poetry gets higher in the stack of things to do in your consciousness. So rather than whatever else might be there, poetry gets close to the top, not only because you're writing, not only because your awareness, your perception is heightened because you're looking for things to write about, but then you're getting cards in the mail. And it's like, wow, look at this. The postcard the letter carrier comes and says, hey, this one's a pretty good one. That kind of stuff. So that's kind of fun. That and the notion of putting poetry higher up in your consciousness is really part of what makes the fest work. And the fact that it happens in August when we're most likely to be able to do that is also very helpful.
Yeah.
And this would be a good one to show folks if it's going to be on the screen.
Oh, these are all on screen. They can read along with everyone.
Excellent. So, and this one went to my friend Deborah Poe, and what I did was take a quarter of a box that a bottle of Hakutsuru sake came in, and I made a collage with stickers of foxes and prints and fish and other things. And all these poems this year I'm calling Poems from the Pandemic. This one is simply entitled Cascadian Zen, and it starts with a Michael McClure epigraph. He died in May, so this was still when he was very much on my mind, as he is every day. But from his Touching the Edge Dharma devotions from the Hummingbird Sangha, he said, all that is one subquark of reality on the big screen of the realms where I doubt at the center. And Cascadian Zen's summer lightning before summer scares the retriever of the last barista standing at the pandemic. I could riot about the would-be caudillo at the helm of this listing ship, but watch swallows almost crash into the lake. Same lake amplifies prayers for something beyond the normal dropped us here. And that a reference to caudillo, Kozer calls President Trump el caudillo analfabetico, which means in Spanish, the illiterate strongman.
Interesting.